Hello and welcome to another episode of Lexx Education, the comedy science podcast where comedian me, Laura Lexx, tries to learn science from her normal younger brother, Ron.
Hello, I'm normal Ron.
Hi, Ron. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm very well. I've had a haircut. Look at my hair.
It looks very different to how it looked before.
It does, actually. It's had like 6 inches cut off it.
Yeah, I swear your hair's been like this for years.
Oh, my God. What have you been up to today, Ronnie Honks? You went to see a band last night?
I did go to see a band last night. I went to a music show.
A music show? How was the concert?
It was very nice. I went to see Courtney Barnett, who is
I love Courtney Barnett. That's what we used to
Yeah.
call lost chewing gum in my day. It's Courtney Barnett. Ooh.
But yeah, she's very cool. Went to Antwerp. Antwerp's nice.
Nice. And why did you go, Ron? Because it's your birthday eve.
It is my birthday eve. Not when the episode comes out, though. My birthday will be long in the past by then.
Yeah, but it is Ron's birthday tomorrow on the day of recording, so it will have been and gone by the time you're hearing this. But speaking of birthdays, Ron, you know how we wanted to do Birthday Corner?
Yeah.
Well, we only bloody got a lovely email from Matthew. Hello, Matthew. And he wanted to let us know that his birthday is coming up this week, the week that this one's released, on the 19th of November. Happy birthday, Lab Rat Matthew.
Happy birthday, Matthew. Wishing you all the best in the world.
And Ron will do you a finger painting and pop it on the Instagram. That's part of our new feature, Birthday Corner.
I don't have any paint, so I will see what squodgy liquids I have in my kitchen. Potentially it will be a Marmite drawing.
But how exciting. Happy birthday. And thank you for getting in touch. The first of a new feature. Birthday surprises.
Birthday corner.
I've got a lot of social media shout-outs to do. I've got a horribly delayed hello to Tanya, who messaged us on Facebook weeks ago, but I never noticed that we can get messages on Facebook. So thank you. You sent us a very good explanation about the Down episode and a brilliant drawing. Thank you for that. Thank you to Kristen, who's listening in Ireland, who gave us a lovely 5-star review on Apple Podcasts.
Ooh-wee.
Thank you very much, Kristen. They said this theme song really cheers their heart whenever they hear it.
We did nail that, didn't we?
Yeah, well, you did that. You entirely did that.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, like, you know, as a vibe, we nailed it.
Yeah, I think it reminds me of, like, Danny Champion of the World, you know? Like, No, not that. George's Marvellous Medicine. Yeah. So, yeah, there's been lots of fun on socials. If you don't follow us, please do. Twitter's obviously imploding into a musky fireball, but we are also on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. So keep in touch with us there. Nick on Instagram was giving us a little bit more detail on trepanning. Apparently they still do it, Ron.
What's trepanning?
That drilling into your head thing to give your brain more space. Yeah, it still happens.
Oh, that makes me feel the willies inside. I don't like it.
It's horrible, right? Yeah, but apparently it can be a successful surgery technique. Or he's winding me up and I've fallen for it. But either way, that's happening. Alex on TikTok let me know that apparently, Ron, the fact that we've reached episode 22 makes us a pretty successful podcast. Because a lot of podcasts do not get this far.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, we're smashing it, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, thanks for your support, Alex, because we haven't got many followers on TikTok, and you joining in with us there really helps make it feel a lot less weird. And Andrew on Twitter had some fabulous information on graphite and graphene from last week's carbon episode. So if you're interested in a follow-up on graphite and graphene, get following us there. We're Lexx Education, at Lexx Education, and we try and retweet all the interesting stuff that you send us. It also featured my favourite moment of the week, Ron. Jenny, also on Twitter, asked us a question about why some diamonds are different coloured, and I got it kind of right.
Yeah, I was very proud of you when I saw that.
Yeah. Smashed it. Some weird stuff gets in place of some carbons, and it changes it ever so slightly. And Kevin said, yes, that, but also sometimes the lattice gets squashed, and then I didn't understand that at all. So, you did a mouth-opening thing.
You said you didn't understand it, and then I made the assumption that maybe you wanted to learn, and then I was like, no, it's okay, you don't have to, it's fine.
So, thank you very much for all your joining in-ness. It's been very lovely.
You held the burp till the last sentence.
I just ate an apple real quick before we started recording, and it's having its repeats. Woo! And I had curly fries and nugs and 2 fried eggs and an apple.
They sell tortellini by the kilogram in our new supermarket. So I had tortellini for lunch, and I
Did you
might
have
have
a
it for
kilogram
dinner.
of tortellini?
No, I had 3 big handfuls.
Well, listen, enjoy the episode. I think this is a very classic episode. If your lab rat bingo contains all the classics, you're gonna have them all here. Enjoy. Hello, Ron.
Hi, Laura.
I don't feel very focused today. Also, I've noticed a thing, right? This is my notebook. And it opens like that, yeah? That's how a
Right.
book works.
Yeah.
But then the bigger top margin is at the bottom. That's not right, is it?
Show
I
me
think my
the top.
notebook's been made upside down.
Well, where's the margin? That'll tell you.
It doesn't have a margin.
Well, there you
But
go.
look, that top margin
Yeah.
is bigger than that.
But yeah,
wrong, isn't it?
it would be perverse if the periodic table was on the back of the book.
Right, I agree. But
What does the back look like?
just plain black. And it says designed within Denmark that way up. So this is the right way up, but then there's just more space in the bottom margin than in the top one.
Maybe that's the Danish way.
Are you listening? Are you Danish? Can you confirm? Anyway, anything not to talk about physics?
Hello and welcome to the physics lesson.
Boo! Boo! We hate physics.
Are you ready for physics, Laura?
Not really, because here's the thing. I've been trying to do like a healthy eating thing for a while, and basically it means I'm not having any biscuits. So I'm really craving biscuits, especially in this like mid-afternoon time where I get a bit tired. I want biscuits. So I'm a bit cross.
Have you tried eating some fruit? I ate 2 kiwis before the record.
Oh, I don't think we've got any fruit in the house at the moment. Because we're going away this week, you know when you're just trying to eat everything down to a nub.
We're going away on Wednesday, so we haven't bought fruit this month.
We're going away this week, so we thought we'd try scurvy, just see how it fit. No, but, you know, I've got 4 real crispy oranges. Look how many oranges I can hold in one hand.
Yeah.
That's 4 oranges. I've got really big hands. Oh, shut up.
Well, it's just for the listener. They can't see. Like, I wouldn't have corrected you, but they can't see. And the idea of you holding 4 oranges in one hand. Mental. Right.
I could hold 4 oranges in one hand.
I don't think you could.
I think I could.
Anyway.
If they were sticky.
That's just sticking 4 oranges to your hand. Right. Laura. Yeah, so we're moving slightly away from circuits today, okay?
Thank God.
We are staying in the realm of electricity, though.
Okay.
We're going to be talking less about how it works and more about maths.
Oh, this isn't any of the words I hoped you'd say today.
Do you remember quite some time ago we discussed... What are you looking at? Are you on your phone?
Yeah, because you said this wasn't really a lesson where I needed to do anything. Didn't you?
No, I didn't.
That's kind of what I heard when you said it's electrical maths.
No, you need... Focus up, all right?
I've pulled my shorts up really high.
It's odd.
And they're like hot pants.
Why are you wearing... Are you wearing a turtleneck?
Yeah, and shorts.
Fucking
I'm like
freak.
a business creep. Look, fancy turtleneck, Hawaiian shorts.
That's weird, man.
Yeah.
That's odd.
It's like the mullet outfit. It was quite hot this morning, and then it started raining while I was watering the flowers, which was a confusing moment.
Right, shut up. Okay, do you remember some time ago, we were calculating the amount of energy it would take to boil a cup of tea?
Oh, Jesus, yeah. I've got tea today.
Yeah?
Yeah. Heat constant. What are you doing? Now you're typing and not listening.
I am. I need to message the cat sitter quickly.
Well, I'm going to look at Twitter some more then.
Cool. Right, that's done. Focus.
No, you don't get to click at me just when you're done, actually.
Yeah, but I was doing something. You're just scrolling Twitter, hoping people love you.
I'm looking at a message from somebody.
From me?
No. Yes, Chelsea Birkby getting 4 stars in the Telegraph.
Anyway, are you done?
Yeah.
Can you put your phone down? Laura, I haven't even finished the fucking previously on. we need to get going.
Why do we have to do it previously on?
Because all of this is building on prior learning. That's how learning
just assume
works.
that the listeners have remembered that then.
Yeah, but I'm teaching you.
You're not.
Swamp brain. Right.
Drain the swamp.
You remember when we were working out the energy it took?
You know I don't.
You said yes when I asked mere moments ago.
Can't shout that loud. It goes in the red and it's
Don't
nasty.
care. Right. Do you remember the that we were talking about something called power?
Yeah.
Do you remember what
power.
that's measured in?
Joules.
No.
Amps.
Nope, don't just say things. No, I'm telling.
Volts.
No, don't just say things.
Stop saying all your catchphrases. No, those are all the ones we talked about.
No, it was watts.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so we're talking about power again, okay? But this time we're going to come at it from the circuit side of things rather than just the energy side of things. Because also, you and I, we both remember that watts is equal to joules per second. Joules being the unit of energy.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we... and we've been talking about this while we've been talking about circuits and stuff. Remember, we've been like, oh, where does this energy come from? Does it lose something when it goes through the bulb, when it lights it up and stuff?
Yeah, I remember it all.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so the power...
happened? My dog's barking again.
Yeah, she's a shit. The power of a circuit, P for power, equals I for current, times V for volts. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was I?
So, current.
No, that is so stupid.
That is stupid. I agree.
Let's have a sound effect for every time there's something stupid that we both agree on.
All right, let's take it in turns to record one.
Okay. You go first.
That's what I'm imagining.
A removal van just pulled up outside my house. I think Tom might be leaving me.
How sad would it be if he was and we had it on record? The show must go on, though. We'd have to put the episode.
Yeah. Bye, Tom. Sorry, I've got to work out some watts.
What's your
You'd have
noise?
to come on holiday with me next week because my holiday's non-refundable.
What's your noise for?
My noise would be... like that.
I like it. Okay, so P equals IV. Power equals...
P equals IV, unless you're in a hospital, and then that's just mean.
So that's power equals current times the voltage, or the potential difference. Yep?
Yes.
Now, do you remember from previous episodes that potential difference? Focus up.
Yes.
Center yourself.
4 oranges.
But throw those away.
No.
That
I'll spritz
voltage
them with
or
the Mackey's water bottle to keep them fresh.
that voltage equals current times resistance.
Is that delta?
No,
No.
it's not.
What was that? What did you say? Total distance.
Potential difference
Potential
or voltage
difference.
equals current times resistance.
Ah, you're talking too fast. Voltage equals
Current
distance, current
times
which is an I.
resistance.
times resistance. Ooh, this one's gone now.
So can you think of another way that we can represent power out of this? Now for the listener, I can physically see cogs turning in Laura's face.
Well, that right. So there's a V on both sides. And there's an I. Yeah, there is.
There's a V in both equations.
Yeah, and it's on opposite sides. On each equation.
Of different equations. So that's nothing.
Okay. Then I shall stop investigating that route.
But no, hold on to the...
Okay. Let me just fucking think a second. So... Well, there's no power in the second one.
No, do you want some help?
Yeah.
So we have, like you say, we've got a V in both of them, right?
Yeah, but you told me to stop thinking about that. You said that was nothing.
No, I said having a V on both sides is nothing. But essentially, we have a different definition for voltage, don't we? So we can sub out the V in the P equals IV equation for our other definition of voltage.
P equals I times R.
Yeah, so P equals I squared times R.
P equals I watch too much television times R.
Nice. That was good. It took me a second, actually.
Yes! End of the episode!
Right. Get out your calculator, please.
Oh, I thought we were done.
No, there's so much left of it.
P equals I squared times R.
Yep.
And what does that tell it?
So we're working out the power used by... So here's the question, okay? We have a circuit that we're powering with a 9-volt battery. There are 2 light bulbs in the circuit in series. Each light bulb has a resistance of 10 ohms. What is the power output of the circuit? Can you talk us through your workings?
I'm just writing down exactly what you said.
Right.
Except you said it real quick. So I've picked circuit, 9-volt battery, 2 light bulb series, 10 ohms. What's the power?
Each light bulb has a resistance of 10 ohms.
So boring. I can't believe you did this voluntarily, like after they stopped making you. Did you never...
I didn't.
Science, you did.
Oh, right. I thought you meant just like after school doing sums.
What, you
I mean,
did
I
do
guess
that.
I am now.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Nerd.
Does that sound mad to you?
No. Sounds fine.
My headphones made it sound mad. What did I pick up my phone for?
To use it as a calculator.
A calculator. That's very rarely on Twitter, is it? Where is calculator? In productivity folder. There's some random stuff in that folder. All right. Got it.
Go on then.
What do you mean, go on then?
Work out the power output of the circuit.
I don't know it.
Work it out.
Wait. So P...
I'll give you a clue. You'll need both formulas.
I thought we just condensed them into one.
We did, but we'll need both.
Okay.
So what are you missing that you need to work out to get P?
The current.
Yep. So how can we work out the current?
P divided by V.
Yep, but we don't have P. That's what we're trying to work out.
Oh, we can't know it then.
We can. Remember when I said we need to use both formulas? Why don't we try the other one?
But, oh, hang on. V divided by R.
Yes.
I dribbled
Okay.
a bit then. I got so excited.
So the light bulbs are in series. What does that mean we do to the resistances to get the total resistance?
Torture them for information. I will tell you nothing.
Jokes aren't enough here, Laura.
Oh, I love jokes. Do you know what? If nothing else, this podcast has really made me realise I made good choices with my life, becoming who I did. God, my dog's annoying.
Yeah, your dog does not make good choices with its life.
I might go and get her in because there's a poor man trying to work on his car. I'll be right back. You work this sum out while I'm gone.
I already worked this somehow.
Okay, how did we get on?
So the light bulbs are in series. What does that mean we do to calculate the resistance?
Ron, I just don't even think this is probably that difficult, but I am so disinterested in it that I cannot focus.
I know, but
Four oranges are way more interesting.
focus up. Listen.
No!
Listen here.
So, it's too hot to be wearing a turtleneck.
Yeah, it's weird that you're wearing a turtleneck. Like, you look like there are no other clothes in the house. Oh, we're going away this week, so we haven't done any washing for a few months. Right, Laura, what's the fucking resistance of the circuit?
I don't know, Ron.
Have a guess. I guarantee it'll be the first thing you guess, because you need to learn this for some reason.
Whenever I write something for television and I write a script or a treatment or something, and the producers always come back with, you've got to make sure that the stakes are really, like, there. People won't be invested unless they know the stakes. And I'm just going to present them with this podcast and be like, people really don't give a shit how flimsy the stakes of a product are, as long as the content is screaming.
Yeah, also, like, where have they gotten that from? Some of the, like, you know, like something like Taskmaster, there are no stakes. Something like even something like, you know, part of the furniture at this point, like QI, they make up the points.
But I think it's less true for an entertainment format and more true for scripted stuff. But even within that, I think tastes are changing, and there is actually quite an appetite for stakeless or lower stakes television. Things like Schitt's Creek.
Or This Country.
Where the stakes were very, very low. It's much more in vogue now, whereas there was a real point in time where everything had to be stakeful.
Yeah, because the world's on fire and we're all anxious.
Yeah.
Now tell me what the fucking resistance of the circuit is.
We'd be less anxious if you stopped screaming.
Well, just tell me. Each light bulb has a resistance of 10 ohms.
So 10?
No.
You said it would be the first thing I guessed.
Oh, I thought you'd have tried.
5? No.
No. Try again. Do it. Do it.
20.
Yes, you add 10 to 10
Why?
because
do you
they're
add
in
them?
series. Pardon?
What does that mean?
What does what mean? Add
In
them?
series.
It means one after the other. They can either be in series or they're in parallel.
So,
Laura making notes from an episode that happened a month ago. Right. So now you can work out the current, can't you?
you are getting too aggressive. What is happening? 20 ohms. That's too many for one bloke.
Who am I, David Cameron?
So, now I just need to know what I squared is.
Well, work out what I is first.
How could I do that?
With the formula. The formula. You told it to
So
me.
9 divided by 20.
Yes, that'll be
Okay.
the current, won't it?
Oh, using that tone, actually. Equals
Do
I.
better then.
Fuck you, Dad. 9 divided by 20. What's that, about 2? 0.2?
No.
No. 0.45. Okay. 0.45.
Right, so now we've got I, so now we can work out P, can't we?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't even remember what P was.
P's the power. P for power.
So the power equals 0.45 squared times 20. I don't have a squared button, but squared is times itself, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, 2025 times 20. So the power is 4.05.
Correct. Yes, well done.
Can you say that nicer?
I did. That
I'm
was
fucking
nice.
sick of you. When I don't get it, you use that tone. When I do get it, you use that tone. Everything I do, you're just like, you absolute mangled piece of crap. Well done. Take your jumper off. What's wrong with your dog? Put your oranges down.
Are you sure that's down to me and not maybe your like attachment style?
No, I think the listeners will back me up on this. The way you're talking to me today is rude.
That was quite in earnest. Well done.
Well, then I feel sorry for girlfriend of the podcast, Judith, if that is how you congratulate. Well done. I love you, Judith. Right, well, now we know the power. What do we do with that?
Well, we've just worked that out.
Why the fuck did we need to know that?
Because you need to know the power of things.
Why?
Because you might want to become an electrical engineer one day.
So what practical knowledge is that then?
Well, if you wanted to become an electrical engineer, you
I don't.
Well then, alright, let's quit the podcast then. It's all fucking pointless. What do you want?
I want to know why. What does that tell us? Is that like how bright the light is?
It's how much energy it's using a second.
So that's how long the battery is going to last.
It's how much energy it's using a second. The higher the wattage, the more energy it will use. Yeah, the battery won't last as long.
So power equals energy per second.
Yes.
And how many watts in a volt?
Depends.
Like, if we know that that's 4.05 watts, how long's the battery going to last?
It doesn't translate like that.
Oh, then I think it's garbage. What's the point of knowing it?
Because the more watts it uses, the more energy it's using.
Yeah, but then if there's no convalescence between the watts and the batteries, then what does any of it... You still can't tell anything.
Because it's not always batteries, is it? It could be like power you're using at the wall, so it's going to decrease your... you might want to use something with a lower wattage so it doesn't use up your energy bill so much. As I say, like, you might want to become an engineer or a physicist or a mathematician or something, because this is for 14-year-olds. So then they'd learn this,
There's
and then
that
they'd make
tone
like
again.
life choices and stuff.
There's that tone again.
Well,
That tone was rude.
Don't pull this thread.
14-year-olds.
Don't
You're
pull
actually
this.
35.
Don't pull this thread of, oh, why are we doing this? Like, A, this was all my idea, and B, I wrote this syllabus.
What's your idea? You wanted to do a podcast.
So did you.
Yeah, but you only have one interest, and it's fucking dull.
Yeah, but this is just what we're doing now. So don't ask me why we're doing it, because this is what we're doing.
I'm not asking why we're doing the podcast.
You are.
I'm not. If you actually ever listen to me, I'm asking why we're finding out what the power is.
And I've tried to explain, and
my
you've just
job.
said no. You've just said no. It's like, I don't listen... Then I think that's the dog outside here. I don't listen to National Treasures and go like, oh, who cares about Concorde? They don't even fly anymore.
I do. That was so boring researching. I felt like you for this podcast. Anyway. Ron, I'm not having a go at you. I'm having a go at physics. Why did physics need to know about the power?
Well, the other thing is, apart from all the other stuff that I've said, is that, you know how just then we used the formula that we used a few weeks ago to help us work this out? Mm-hmm. Being able to work out the power in this way, maybe we'll use it again down the road in something else that has maybe a more practical application. But we've just stopped off, we just pulled into a little lay-by to do a little sum on our way to try and help it go into your head a little bit. That's it. Yeah. Sometimes it's just maths for maths. Because, like, the other thing, like, not to give too much of a peek behind the curtain, with the physics, like, I'm trying so hard to turn this into content.
Thank you, Ron.
Do you want to keep going, or are you sad?
I just know it won't go in my head because I think I get angry and then my brain gets a bit non-stick.
If it makes you feel better, it doesn't stick when you're not angry either. That's
it
fine.
does. The nephron.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I've remembered that.
Right.
Entropy.
Let's keep going, okay?
Transition metals. Join a union. I've remembered all of those things.
Join a union, down with turfs. Right, shall we keep going?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you tell me what the unit of power is?
Watts.
Yep, and what could watts also be said as?
Watts.
Joules per second. That's right, Laura.
Second. Jules Watts sounds like an EastEnders character. I'm sure there was a Watts character. I'm Jules Watts. I'm Dirty Den's daughter.
I think EastEnders stopped before I was born. I don't think I've ever
EastEnders
seen
is
it.
still going, you loser.
So, can you, from that, work out how from the power of something, we could work out how much energy was used?
No.
So watts is joules per second.
Yeah.
So what would we need to know to work out how many joules in total were used?
How long?
Yeah.
How long?
Yeah. How many seconds it was running for, because it's
How many
joules per
seconds
second.
it's running for, because it's joules per second. Yep.
Yeah. So another way that we could put that is that E...
Why? What is E? Energy.
I'm pausing so you can write this down.
E equals energy.
Yep, and E equals P for power times T for time.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
So, we also know that P is equal to VI, right?
Oh, God. Yeah?
Yeah. So we can sub that into the equation that we've just had, can't we? So we can have E equals VIT. So that's voltage times the current times the time.
A little t or a big T?
Little t for time.
Okay. E equals vitamins. Vitamin E.
Vit equals E, exactly. Right. I am going somewhere with this, I promise. We also know that current...
I don't know if I'm going to come with you, but you have a nice time.
We also know that current is equal to the charge that has flowed, well, or the flow of charge over time, right?
Yep.
Charge over time. Yeah?
Charge over time. If you're lost, you can look and I will charge in. Right over
Charge
time.
over time.
Charge
Anyway,
over time.
so let's subcharge...
4 oranges. Yes. Da-ding.
So let's sub that. So we do a capital Q for charge, okay?
Why? What
Just
is
the way that
C
it is.
doing that nobody wants to use C for any C words?
C is the speed of light, which is very important.
What are you talking about, charge? Oh, God, I think this is the worst episode yet.
So current is equal to charge over time.
Current is equal...
To charge over
Have we got-
time.
Have we got a letter for charge?
Yes, it was Q. We just spoke about that. Jesus Christ.
Okay, but right, that's the mistake I've made, is I've written down Q for current. Current. So I equals Q over T little t.
Yep. So if we sub...
I do equal question time.
If we sub in that into the VIT equals E equation, what do we end up with?
E equals V times Q over T times T. So the T's cancel each other out. So maybe VQ? E equals VQ?
Exactly, yeah.
Yes! I am the smartest girl in the whole wide world!
So,
Oranges.
so what we've learnt from that is that, hang on a second.
Look at me, I'm a penis. Ron, I'm in my turtleneck.
Well done, Laura. Right, so, yes, so what that means is that the energy used in a circuit is just equal to the amount of charge that flowed through it, multiplied by the potential difference between the start and the finish. Okay? Yeah, just a little bit of active listening so we can move on.
Oh, but I don't know what you're talking about.
That's okay, so then say that, because then I can help.
All right, Ron. What? What did you say?
So E is for
energy.
E is for energy. Yep.
V is for volts.
Yep. Or potential
Q
difference.
is for current.
Charge flow. Coulombs.
Flow. What's charge flow?
So remember
voltage
that
was the charge flow.
no, voltage is the potential difference. Current is the flow of charge over time.
I hate this. Well, the energy can't be the volts and the charge. They're the same thing.
No, they're not.
It really feels like they should be. Because the volts is the
But-
slide, which was how fast the electrons are moving.
Well, no, because if you actually listen back to that episode, every time that you talked about the slide being the speed, I said no. Can we think about it a different way? And you said no.
What did you tell me to think about it like?
It's about the height of it. It's not about the speed, it's about the height. So it's like the equivalent of gravitational potential energy when they're at the top of a slide, and then as you slide down, you lose energy. Potential difference is the same, except it's like electrical energy.
Right.
So if you know that, that should make a lot of sense, that the higher the potential difference, the more energy is going to get used, and the more charge, therefore the more electrons that are going down that slide, the more energy is going to get used.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Indicator on, Laura. We're pulling into another lay-by here. I plug in an 800-watt kettle for 5 minutes. How much charge flowed through it?
Do I have to work that out with all these letters?
Yeah, go on.
What did you say?
I plug in an 800-watt kettle for 5 minutes. How much charge flowed through it?
How much charge? Roughly £4,000 in today's economy.
We're well past jokes. Do the maths.
Your eyes twitching. Right. What was watts? Watts? Power. Power is watts. Is joules per second is watts. So, how do you turn a watt into a joules per second?
They're the same.
How many? So, that's 300 seconds. So, 800 times 300?
So that would give us how much energy has been used, won't it? Because E equals PT.
Yeah. And what are we looking to find out?
We're trying to work out how much charge has flowed in that time.
And charge is Q, but I don't know the voltage. Well, energy is volts times Q.
Yeah, Q stands for charge, doesn't it?
Yeah, to find out Q, then I have to divide the energy by the voltage. But I don't know the voltage.
It's always the same in the UK, isn't it?
You didn't say we were in the UK.
It's a British podcast.
So that's 230 volts. So...
Yep.
So 800 times 300 is 240,000. Divide that by 230 equals 1,043.47826 watts.
That's what I got as well.
Yay!
Except not watts. Coulombs. Not watts, coulombs.
Qualms. I'm the king of the swingers, oh.
There we go.
This is some...
Indicator back on.
Wow,
back out the lay-by.
Bad bullshit. Are we done? Is that it? Are we finished?
No, there's a little bit more. No more maths, though. That was all the maths that we're going to do.
Okay.
Because now we're going to change. We're moving away from power transfers in general, and we are going to just talk briefly about the national grid.
Okay. I listened to a podcast about some American national grids the other day.
It's interesting in America. It's less interesting here. Electricity does not travel across the country in the exact form of which it comes out the plug, right?
No, it's incognito, just in case of robbers. Are you wearing eyeliner?
No, I just have very lovely eyelashes.
Eyeliner doesn't affect your eyelashes. That's mascara, darling.
Oh, then no, I'm just very tired.
There's an Errol Flynniness about you today.
Who's that?
Oh my god, you're so young.
compared to you. Right, so electricity does not travel across the country in the form it comes out of the plug. It travels across the country at a huge voltage, which is why things like pylons are so dangerous.
Yeah.
So, famously, in the UK, it comes out of the plug at 230 volts, right?
Yes, it does.
Energy is produced at 25,000 volts.
Bloody hell, Harry.
To get transferred across, like, it, do you know what a transformer is?
Yes, Optimus Prime.
Yeah. Hang on, I want to read this how I've written it in my notes. The National Grid uses transformers. Do your joke again.
Optimus Prime.
To change the voltage, a step up
With Julia Stiles.
transformer increases the voltage, and a step down transformer decreases it. I've written in my notes to leave pauses for you to A, make jokes about transformers, and B, make jokes about step up transformers, which are presumably in some kind of dance movie.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
would be
so
a good
it uses
movie, wouldn't it? Jennifer Lopez could voice one of the Transformers.
It would be better than the Michael Bay Transformers movies. So, oh Christ, where were we? It's almost.
That's also not my dog, just for the record.
It'll be okay. Yeah, so we use a step-up transformer to increase the voltage. So it comes out at 25,000 volts out of the energy factory, and then they transform it up to 400,000 volts.
Whoa.
Yeah. So the reason for this is because they want a really low current when when sort of feeding it through pylons and wires and that sort of stuff, right?
So they want a big potential difference, a really high slide, so that they can have hardly any electrons moving.
Yeah, because remember we had E equals QV. So the higher the voltage, the more energy that it can transmit, with Q, the flow of electrons, being less.
Yeah.
And the reason for this is that with the lower the current, the less energy loss there is, because a high current heats up the wires, increases resistance, and also you lose a lot of energy via that heat.
Okay. Yeah.
That's it. There's a bit in the syllabus that says higher tier only, but we're not higher tier, so yeah, no, we're going to skip that.
It's bottom set, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bottom set. Like that's it. That's the lesson.
I'm sorry I got so mad at you in the middle of it, Ron, but I was really angry and sad and bored.
That's okay. It's also ended on such a whimper.
But actually, I think we're in a good place because I think I understand what voltage is now.
Good.
So, great for us.
Let's not force it. Let's just do the quiz next week.
Okay. All right. Bye, Ron.
Bye. So Laura, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
You remember what we were doing last time?
Well, I really thought we did the quiz before I went on holiday.
No, I don't know where you're getting that from, really.
Because I thought we did that so that it wouldn't be a million weeks.
No.
So no, hang on, let me work it out from numbers though. 3, 7, so it must be biology?
No.
Chemistry?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's episode 22, and each one is in threes.
Yes, but you're forgetting the Halloween episode.
Halloween! So it's physics.
It is physics.
Got it right first time. Oh, Jesus, no. Absolutely no memory at all. I have to assume it was garbage. What have we got here? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, the notes don't fill me with joy. The notes are all letters on lines and stuff. I've just written down Quorns on one page.
That's good. Do you want to dive in?
Yeah, we might as well. Oh, I do not hold out much hope for this.
No.
God, how am I going to do this when I have to do the whole exam and it was years ago?
Yeah, and you don't get a notebook in the exam.
I fucking do.
Okay, question 1 for 1 mark. I plug in a 1200 watt pinball machine. It has a resistance of 3 ohms. What current would flow through it?
3.
Don't just say things.
I didn't.
Work it out.
237.
Why?
Because 227.
Why?
Because the current is 230 volts and it had a resistance of 3. So it's stopping 3 of them.
I didn't give you the voltage. You can't assume that.
But you said that's what electricity always was.
Yeah, but I'm not saying... I haven't said that I've plugged it in the UK.
Oh. Wait, so what was the question?
I plug in a 1200 watt pinball machine. It has a resistance of 3 ohms. What current would flow through it?
1200 watts. 3 ohms. Oh, fucking hell. Wait. Is the watts the current?
No.
Is the watts the power?
Yes.
Okay. So power... What am I trying to work out?
What current would flow? Amps.
What current? Okay. I haven't got anything... Oh, wait. Okay. I equals Q over T?
I is current, yeah.
Yeah. V over R equals I.
Yeah. Also true.
I don't know the voltage, though.
We went through a formula that gives you power to current last time.
Power equals current times volts.
Yep. But what does voltage equal?
Voltage equals current times resistance.
Yeah, so we can substitute that voltage for that, can't we?
Voltage divided by resistance equals current.
Yes, but we just want voltage at the moment, don't we? So we want to just swap out that voltage for another times by...
God, I'm just picturing myself in a GCSE now, and the invigilator is just squatting down by my table having this conversation with me as I cry.
Yeah.
This isn't a quiz, this is a lesson again. Ron,
Okay, yeah, you don't know. Let's just say that.
I don't know at all.
Yeah, so V equals IR and P equals IV. So what we can say is P equals I times IR. So P equals I squared R.
I've got that written down!
Then why didn't you say that?
Because I didn't know what that means.
So what you can do,
But I don't have the current.
No, we're working the current out, aren't we?
Yeah.
Because we've got P and R. So we're going to divide 1200 by 3, we get 400. Square root of 400 is 20.
Whoa!
No, you're not getting this.
No, but slow it the devil down. That would be a good pop song, wouldn't it? Slow it the devil down. Slow your devil feet down.
No, it wouldn't.
Shania Twain or something, you know? Oh, boy, you gotta slow your devil feet down. Dancing on my heart. You're gonna break it. Take your shoes off before you dance on my heart.
Really, given the vibes of someone that's only ever sung in primary school assemblies there.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
accurate though.
So we have P. P is 1200 watts.
Oh, we've done this question now. I didn't get it. Let's
Yeah,
move
you
on.
told me to stop. Fuck you.
Don't say fuck you.
2. What's a transformer?
I probably did the Optimus Prime joke in the episode, so I'll bypass that. Transformation. What's a transform?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't
God,
it?
this is when I get really angry that the word transformer doesn't appear anywhere on my piece of paper. I think sometimes you lie about what we talked about. A transformer.
No, we definitely talked about transformers.
So, a transformer.
You can
Bearing
say you
in
don't
mind-
know. That is fine.
Bearing in mind, don't just say stuff. A transformer would be the opposite of a resistor.
No. So, what if I... All right, going down to half a mark available
I
for
ate
this. What
so
if
much feta between doing this and this. I think it's pushed out all of the ideas.
God, feta's delicious.
Yeah.
I've gone vegetarian, by the way.
Oh.
What?
How come?
Just shouldn't be eating meat and that.
Yeah, the world's on fire.
Yeah.
Join a union.
Join a union. Support people. What if I do? What if
Support
I?
people. You
Just
can't
help
just
each other out.
throw support people in.
Just be nice in that.
Catchphrase.
Catchphrase. What if I reminded you that you get step up and step down Transformers? And yes, you did make the dance movie joke in the episode.
Well, that's what I was saying. They're the opposite of a resistor because they change the power into more or less power.
No, they changed the voltage.
Yeah.
Not the same thing. You're not getting the mark. Question number 3. Why does the national grid use a high voltage to transfer its energy over long distances?
Less friction.
No. Well, like, do you want to have another stab? Because you're not far off.
Less
but
heat.
Friction's not really a thing involved, is it?
It is, because the electrons are jostling.
Well, you know how, like... Yeah, but we have a word for that. You've said it multiple times.
Jostling?
No, sort of like the friction from electrons.
Charge.
What do we call... No, what do we call that? Like how hard it is for them to get through the wire?
Friction. What?
No. Resistance.
Resistance. Less resistance.
Jesus.
Less resistance.
Nah, you're not getting this either.
What? Do you want me to say it a different way? What?
No, because that's... a higher the voltage means that you don't have to have a high current. And then because there's not a high current, there is more lossless.
Honestly, I think I hate electricity more than I hated down.
That's fine. You didn't get
Is
that
it going
one.
to be
That's
over
okay.
soon?
Yeah, one more question. How did the discovery of Scheisberg's principle affect the way that we use energy in white goods and vehicles?
This is a trick question. Scheisberg isn't a person.
It is a tricko.
Yes! I'd have remembered a name like Scheisberg.
Yeah, it means shit mountain in German.
Yeah, like an iceberg, but shit.
Yeah, that's the quiz. Yeah, you can have a mark for clocking the tricko.
Of course I can fucking have a mark.
Yeah, I just said.
Yeah, I just said too.
Yeah.
But you said it magnanimously.
Confrontational.
Because you were like, well, yeah, you can have a mark. No, I earned a mark.
All right, take the mark away then if you're going to be like that.
You can't take it away. I got it right.
I can take marks away.
Not for things I got right.
Yeah, you can for trickos.
No, there needs to be no. Because I respond well to praise. So if I don't even know if there are marks available for the questions, I'm not going to respond well.
Right. Well, like I say, I deign you to have a mark for it.
Get yourself absolutely fucked. Right, Ron, I've got a bone to pick with you about that episode. You were an absolute bastard in that episode, because in the main bulk of the episode, I said I don't know what the voltage is, and you said, oh, it's always 230. And I said, I didn't know we were in Britain. And you said, oh, well, it's a British podcast, blah, blah, blah. And then in the quiz, when I assumed it was 230, you went, you can't just assume you're in Britain.
Well, yeah,
That's not fair.
Well, yeah, but there's when something's plugged into the wall or when it's like on a battery, it's a different voltage.
Yeah, I just think you were a little bit mean there.
Well, yeah, but also I said it's 230 when you're in the UK, and then you said, right, so I'm just going to write down 230 instead of remembering what volts is.
Yeah, well, listen, unimpressed. So there you go. Hope you had a good time, listeners. Listen, we want your input on something. We are going to be making some shorter, like little bonus episodes of Lexx Education, probably for release in 2023. We've got two types that we're working on, two little format ideas. We've got, Ron, what's the first one?
Detentron.
Detention with Ron.
Oh, friend of the podcast Noah did point out that Patreon is what we could call the whole thing.
Oh.
Patreon.
We could just say if you want to become a patron. So we got Detention with Ron. That will be a little extra where I have to do independent study and then bring my research back to Ron. So far we've recorded What is Glass?
Yeah, so basically whenever Laura says something preposterous, we will recover it.
Yes, and then Pop Quiz, where Ron can retest me on anything that has already come up, and I have to do a pop quiz without my notebook. So those are two little format ideas that we've come up with. Have you got any format ideas you might like to hear? They will only ever be like little 10 to 15 minute episodes. We're already thinking about some substitute teacher episodes, trying to get some guests on board. But what do you like the sound of? What would you want to hear in a little 10 to 15 minuter? Let us know. Throw some ideas in the mix and we'll see if we can fit them in with any of our planning. You can obviously get in touch with us on socials, or if you've got a longer idea, you can email us lexeducation@gmail.com. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah, and we're kind of social media adult attention deficit people, so if it's just a one-off idea, we'll probably be fine with doing that too. Doesn't have to be something that's going to go on forever.
Yeah, we'll give it a go. We're just trying to think of what we can do for extra content for if and when we decide to try and make some money off this venture. Yeah, all right. Listen, you're so loved, and I hope you know that. And it's by us and other people probably, but I can only speak for us. Me and Ron, we love you.
There probably are other people in your lives that love you too.
There should be. Oh, if it's people. Just us, we've got you. But
more than enough love to go round. But
yeah, we're certainly not wasting it on each other based on this week's episode.
Class dismissed.